I wanted to call you, but I realized that with the time difference, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. So I thought I'd video message you and give you some tips on how to spread out jobs across like all the staff and all the volunteers, so everyone works together and nobody's stressed and things get done quite easily. So it's a super easy technique. So I used to get a like a notebook, some paper, and I started at the beginning of the hostel, so like outside of the front of the entrance, and I would physically walk through the whole hostel. So I'd go like up into the penthouse, I would go through the bar, I'd just do like a giant tour to kind of like have a look at the hostel, and I would write down little notes on where there was room for improvements or like what needed to be done. So maybe something needed to be cleaned, maybe I had an idea of changing something so it was more exciting and colourful. So I'd go around, and this list was like my master list. There was probably, each week I would probably do maybe 2 A4 pieces of paper at the beginning of like a giant list of like ideas, and I called it the to-do list. And after I created the master list, I would find a whiteboard and pin it up by the library, which I don't know where it is now, but it used to be where the dining table is. So people would get up early in the morning, they'd have their breakfast, and they'd look at the whiteboard. So on the whiteboard I would write 10 to 20 things on there with like what it was in a little box, like a little tick box. So once they had a look at the list, each person could choose whatever they wanted to do from the list, as long as they did one thing every day. So depending on how many staff you have, it could be 10 things that were ticked off this master list. So whoever gets up earlier in the morning and has a look and chooses their task gets kind of like the easier task. So it encourages people to get motivated, to get ready to do a job like early in the morning. It could be anything from like painting the showers to planting more plants or decorating the pizzeria. Some of the jobs might take more than one day and more than one person, but as long as someone marks that they have started that job and who they're doing it with, like they can choose any whiteboard color, make it colorful, put some drawings and some pictures on there, like make it fun. That's normally what I would do. Like the old volunteers used to get excited about it. They're like, "Wow, what are we doing today?" It'd be like those little extra jobs that they look forward to doing, not by themselves, but like as a team. And that way, everyone who just picked one thing a day, like the stress was kind of leveled across everyone. Like some jobs take like half an hour. It was really easy. And then at the end of the day, there might be something that hasn't been done from the list, or the end of the week, there hasn't been something that's been done. And that I normally found was because I didn't write it like clearly enough, or I didn't give people enough information about how to do it. So I would find someone who was wanting to do a job, and I'd show them physically how to do it and where the materials were and what I meant. I'm dyslexic, so sometimes the translation thing doesn't really work out. And then so at the end of the week, we'd have like a celebration of like who ticked off the most things, and we'd have shots to celebrate, like depending on what sort of reward you guys want to make up. It's always really good to get people motivated by having, so they have something to look forward to really after doing all these jobs. So after I created the master list, I also created a shopping list for what I needed to go to Lombok to buy to be able to get these things done. So there's going to be probably things on there like paints, or it could be like glasses for the bar, like just for an example. So not only do you have a to-do list, a master to-do list and a shopping list, you have all the materials and you have all the volunteers and staff on board. This technique worked for me brilliantly. Like, it was a beautiful way to communicate with people. It was an easy way to get everything done, and people have fun. It was just one thing to tick off, it doesn't feel like one person has like 10 things to do that day, or the stress was spread out. But anyways, I'd like you and Sam to use this technique. So get a piece of paper and a pen and go through the whole hostel and create a huge list. Your list might be, it might be 4 pages long, I have no idea. Also put things on there like suggested ideas for the new investors. So there may be some things that you want to do but you cannot do because you don't have the funds, or it's a bigger project, so create a list is as big as you want, put all your dreams on there, all your goals. The more you put on, the funner it is. And then when Scotty, the investor, comes, you can share those ideas with him and he'll be able to expand those and you'll be able to get those done as well. But for now, just concentrate on getting the hostel prepared and beautiful and ready for him to see. And and I will call you later or video you later to see how you guys are getting on. But make sure you go through the whole hostel, and then use the technique of writing everything on the whiteboard and helping and directing people to tick those things off the list. It's important that we get as much done before he comes, just because if we impress him, that would be amazing if he would come and invest in our hostel. It's such an amazing opportunity. He wants to expand it. He wants to keep all the staff that we have, all the volunteers. He wants to just enhance the hostel. He has the funds and he has the energy and he has the knowledge to expand it to be this, to make it this even more magical hostel. So let me know how you get on, and nice to chat to you, and ciao.